Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Happy XRP Victory Day to all of you listening. That's right, today marks the 1-year anniversary of XRP achieving legal clarity. Oh my, how time flies when you're having a killer time. And yes, we are. In fact, XRP, at least at the time I'm recording this, price is spiking. It's just knocking on the door of 50 cents, up 10.43% at the time I'm recording this, which is 11:50 p.m. Central Time. Technically, it's not the 13th at the moment I'm recording this, but by the time you're listening, it certainly will be. At the time I'm recording this, 11:50 p.m. Friday, July 12th, 2024. Although if you're on the East Coast, you should already be partying at the time I'm recording this. You're an hour ahead of me. Party, you little bitches. It's a great... In fact, I will tell you this. I actually pulled, and I'll show you in this video, I pulled up a few of my own posts from a year ago, and I actually had forgotten something. I had forgotten the degree to which, like, when it happened, it was completely surreal when the news broke a year ago. After years of being beaten down, of all the nonsense from the SEC and the toxic Bitcoin maxi trolls celebrating this. And so here we are with XRP having legal clarity. Rest of the market not doing so hot at the time I'm recording this, but XRP sure as hell is. XRP is up, again, over 10%, top performer in the top 10 coins, and nothing else is even close. And so there's a few things I want to cover, as well as, obviously, good news. If you've been following what many of us in the XRP community have been talking about, this idea of, hey, if this market's going to go, we better see expansion in the stock market. Well, yesterday we got a really good indicator. I have additional perspective from Santiment and also a couple of the guys that are the co-founders of Glassnode, both of these firms, of course, on-chain analytics firms. And let me just say this, if you want XRP to hit a new all-time high in enterprise discovery, you better hope that's true. And the on-chain analytics firms say, yes, they're saying, Johnny, there's a chance. Okay, but before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And so, the last 24 hours have been fun for XRP holders. Here's the 24-hour chart. And just this morning, I published a video highlighting what was happening at the time and sharing perspective from various chart analysts. And, you know, moved sideways for a lot of the day, and now we are bursting again to the upside. And so it's reasonable to ask, is this because we're at the 1-year anniversary of XRP Victory Day? Are people actually expecting that Judge Torres is going to conclude the case, the remedies portion of the SEC v. Ripple case today, poetically, as attorney Fred Rispoli cited? Is that why the price is running? Well, I don't know. I mean, this isn't the first time recently that XRP is running while the rest of the market was in the gutter. It happened, as I mentioned this morning. I don't remember exactly when. Was it a couple weeks or so ago? This is probably like maybe the third time in recent history this has happened. And outside of that, you don't normally see that. And so, as I've been pointing out, this is not how a dead coin performs. This is what you would expect from a coin that is just moving in tandem with the market, hasn't pumped yet for this cycle, missed last cycle effectively. Yeah, it moved in correlation, but we missed the all-time high opportunity because of the SEC crap. As far as I'm concerned, these are healthy signs, both in terms of expansion in the market and what's probably coming anyway, and how XRP is performing right this very second in this moment. If XRP were dead, as the toxic Bitcoin maxi trolls would have you believe and would love to be true, it wouldn't be doing that. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't even be in the top 10. I mean, for XRP to even survive that SEC attack and stay in the top 10, like, what do you think is going to kill it if not that? And then we see everything going in the opposite direction, the good direction in terms of adoption, creation of new wallets. You can see in terms of network performance, all of those metrics clearly moving to the upside. There are always, over time, an increase trending anyway of more developer activity, if you want to track that even. It doesn't mean it goes up in a straight line, because it doesn't, but it's been trending that way for over half a decade. That's pretty damn clear. Automated market maker, more value being locked. That doesn't happen on a dead chain. Ripple launching a stablecoin. If the party were over, do you think that Ripple would be wasting money on this stuff? EVM sidechain. It's just, there's so much going for us. It's not a surprise that XRP is bursting to the upside. That's the point I'm making here. So I shared a post just about a little less than an hour ago, highlighting, at the time, XRP was up 9%, so it's been moving up then, just basically just saying, happy XRP Victory Day. And this is such a huge day. Like when that news broke, because we didn't know what was going to happen that day, of course. But my God, the celebration, the well-deserved celebration. And so I guess share with you just a few quick posts. This is one from 1 year ago in the afternoon, 1 in the afternoon, July 13th, 2023. Some of you will recall, and I know not everybody knows, so I'll just explain this for those of you that don't. But after the FTX collapse in November 2022, market tanked. XRP went down, everything went down. And so I changed my name from Moon Lambo to Moon Family Sedan. And so here you can see I changed the logo. I just crossed it out like Microsoft Paint and wrote Family Sedan because I had to be downgraded. Price wasn't looking so hot, man. So I downgraded myself. And then I was, I forgot it, for every single video on YouTube, instead of saying Moon, I said, hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel. And I did that for 8 months. I announced every video as Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel for 8 freaking months. And I didn't tell anybody, but I knew what would change that. What was going to change that is when XRP got legal clarity. And that happened, and so that's when I changed it. It was just a joke. I was just having fun because the market was down. And so this is what the logo looked like. And then I've got the Lambo and the header up here. And then I found the cheapest looking piece of crap red car, and I just used Microsoft Paint to just plop that bitch right down there on the moon. Moon Family Sedan. I don't miss the sedan and no, it's not coming back. That was a one-time joke, probably. So there was that. So I shared that screen grab, but just for posterity, I shared it, or kept it, and then I said, XRP is 72 cents, up 55% since the ruling from Judge Torres a couple hours ago. For the last 8 months, I've been living as Moon Family Sedan. It has been a sad existence, but now the Lambo is back, damn it. And then I shared the image for posterity. Oh, man. And look, I understand that the price went up and then kind of went back down, but we were not in full-on bull mode at that point. So, yes, XRP price ultimately got dragged back down, but Bitcoin was going down, and XRP moves in tandem with the market, which is healthy. You should expect that too. You shouldn't be surprised at all that if you zoom out, you see XRP moving in tandem with the market. You shouldn't be surprised that we haven't seen a new all-time high because of the SEC stuff happened last cycle, and yes, it's been years since then, but that's the point. We haven't had another bull market in years. Now we're in one, so if it's going to happen, yes, we're pretty much at that moment. Here was Coinbase noting that they're re-enabling trading for XRP on the XRP network, so I reposted that with a bunch of fire emojis. Coinbase is relisting XRP today. What a glorious day, and a ton of other exchanges, including Bitstamp and Kraken did. And then, this is the last one I'll share from a year ago. There's me, my hand anyway, holding a bottle of XRP branded wine. Yes, that is real. I got a bunch of those bad boys, actually. So I shared this in the evening and I wrote, I've been saving this bottle for this day. I'm simply elated and we deserve to celebrate. I've got another bottle for when XRP hits a new all-time high. Oh, yes, I do. Happy XRP Day, everybody. That's right, XRP Victory Day here. And then in a separate post responding to myself, I wrote, this day has been surreal. And when I read that post from myself from a year ago, it came back to me. I was like, that's right. I forgot how I was feeling exactly in that moment. Obviously very excited and elated. Yeah, sure. But it seemed surreal because I was following, just as the rest of you, I was following the case every single day for years. And we didn't know what was going to happen, and it could have been disastrous. And then I was reporting on it every single day, just about. I mean, if there wasn't news, I'm sure there were some days where maybe there wasn't much to say about it. But every time there was a story, and I'd spend hours reading every single piece of every legal news and legal brief that came out. And I'd print those bitches up. Sometimes they were over 100 pages, and then I'd read them all and highlight everything and mark them up so that I had notes for my videos. And so for going through all of that and all that work and all the stress that our entire community was put through, to then pop out on the other side, and XRP has legal clarity, and on that day, it was pumping up in price, and we know now it was short-lived, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. It was just completely surreal in that moment. What an incredible day. An absolutely incredible day. So, enjoyed some of that XRP wine, and XRP is going to hit a new all-time high. I firmly believe that, and I've got another bottle of XRP wine lined up exactly for that. Here's a post earlier today, 19 hours ago, from Charting Guy. He said, steady lads, XRP back at resistance. Now, I shared that in my very last video in the morning. And XRP was pushing up against maybe close to 47 cents. And he's like, okay, well, let's see what happens here. And now he just shared this image, just wrote XRP with the little looking eyes emoji there. Broken above resistance at this moment, at least. So I don't make price predictions. I'm not even a chart guy. I'm interested just like you guys, so I track this stuff, and I'm happy to talk about it on the channel. Maybe it keeps running to the upside. I don't know. But I will say, even if you're watching this in the future, and since you have the benefit of hindsight, and I don't, and even if the price of XRP is lower, maybe the entire market starts tanking further before we resume further to the upside. I don't care. It doesn't change anything. I will say what I said in my last video, which is that simply, if you let enough time pass, I will be proven right. XRP will be hitting a new all-time high and entering price discovery. If it didn't make sense, it wouldn't even still be here. You wouldn't see all of these fundamental metrics going in the right direction. I firmly believe that. Here's a post from chart analyst Bobby A, just from this evening. A few hours ago, he said, the time for accumulating XRP will soon come to a close. And I know what he means by that. If you want to buy XRP on the cheap, where it is now, yeah, those times are going to be in the rearview mirror at some point. Certainly. He thinks sooner than later. Now, people will still accumulate it, but at much higher prices. It's the case that fewer people want XRP while it's less than 50 cents than will want it when it's $10. That's how humans work. They're going to FOMO in, and then even when a bubble inflates, as has happened with Bitcoin in the past, as has happened with XRP in the past, and it's going to happen again, as the bubble inflates, people get euphoric, and they just have this false idea that it's just going to go on forever. Oh my God, with this side, but look at this bullish environment. How could you not want to buy more? It's only $10 right now. It's going to go to 100. You'll be seeing crap like that. That's the time to be alarmed when that happens, when you see the euphoria there. Whatever, and I'm not saying it will or won't get to $10 this market cycle. I'm just throwing a larger number out there just so I could express an idea. I mean, it certainly could. It may hit $10. That's totally plausible. I don't think that's crazy at all. We've seen way bigger run-ups from XRP in the past, percentage-wise, including, and also from Bitcoin, ETH, tons of other coins. It's absolutely within the realm of possibility. Totally. Then there's this post from on-chain analytics firm Santiment, and this is from this morning. They wrote, despite a mild recovery to end the week, Bitcoin's recent dip came as the S&P 500 and equities continued to flourish. This has been a rare sight for the past 3 years, with most of crypto's runs coming in tandem. Bitcoin lagging behind suggests an eventual bullish catch-up period. Yeah, and so that is typically, I mean, you do see that. So yes, typically you're going to see that the markets move in tandem, but not necessarily down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, so on and so forth. So the idea that the market would keep going higher, equities, and the crypto asset class wouldn't follow, that seems a bit silly to me. But even so, what we really care about is our altcoins. So, you can think small cap stocks are to large cap stocks as altcoins are to, like Bitcoin or perhaps other large caps, right? And I know, like, technically even the other large caps, we call them altcoins. But if you think everything perhaps even just outside of the top 10, that entire segment of the crypto asset class is going to run. And certainly the large caps too. But you need to see expansion. There's never been a crazy crypto bull run without expansion. And the blockchain backer, to his credit, has been going on about this quite a bit, as he should. And he's right. He's factually correct. I haven't even seen anyone dispute that once presented with the information. It's just undeniable fact that is the case. And so we've been waiting. And so today, by the way, I'll just pull this up. The Russell 2000 index, that's small cap stocks, up 1.09%. But yesterday was the day of note. Yesterday is the day that it was up 3.57%. But it's not just that it was up, and that's a big percentage in one day for the stock market. I know that's nothing for crypto. That's like maybe 1 minute in crypto at times. I get that. But for traditional finance, that's a big move. But it's an even bigger deal when you factor in that the NASDAQ 100 tech-heavy stocks down, I think they was down over 2%. S&P 500 down somewhere, maybe it's close to 1%. I'm pulling from memory now. But the point is, traditional markets were down except for the small stocks. Well, that's interesting because the Russell 2000 had been lagging behind, the small stocks not running, and then they had that pop. And so as soon as that happened yesterday, I put out a video and I said, look, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but this is a big deal. This is worth absolutely focusing on. The fact that this happened yesterday, this is a sign that we have absolutely been waiting for, because you don't see those big runs unless you start to see a break. And so that we saw that very clear sign of life And that's an extreme cause for optimism. So at this point, I would suppose, it provided me some relief that that's probably what's going to, like, that's most likely to occur. And so that's, if I have to guess right now, I'd say, yeah, you're going to see at some point, let some time pass, whether it's weeks or months, you're going to see further expansion, I would guess, of the Russell 2000. And you're going to see, as you have in the past, that alts follow, because alts move in tandem with what happens there. You know, look at the Russell 2000. It just correlates. It just does. So the fact that we got those signs, that's a big deal. And so there's this post from the Nijentropic account, and this is run by the co-founders of on-chain analytics firm Glassnode, and they're feeling pretty much the same way. Check this out. And so this is the Russell 2000 index futures, and he says, rotation coming, question mark? Yesterday, we saw how NASDAQ declined greater than 2%, while IWM rallied greater than 3%. And I'll pause to note, IWM is the iShares ETF, which tracks the Russell 2000. So when you see Russell 2000, or rather when you see IWM, just understand that they're referencing an ETF which tracks the Russell 2000. So it's effectively the same things in terms of analysis. So they have different ticker symbols, of course, but that's why you see IWM. He is talking about Russell. And then he says, this is a clear indication of rotation. The move to riskier assets. Folks, that's exactly right. So the market clearly has been risk on since bottoming. Definitely risk on. If the market were risk off, you'd see us heading into a bear market. We've been coming out of a bear market since the end of 2022. So we have been risk on. I will definitely argue that. But we haven't seen expansion with what would be deemed to be riskier assets, both in equities and in crypto. So it's been risk on, but only with select stocks and select coins. That's what we've seen. We haven't seen true on expansion. If we're actually rotating now into riskier assets, which is what we saw yesterday, that could be the very beginning of expansion here. So that would be an increase in the degree to which there is a risk-on environment. So we were already in one before this, but the degree to which people are risk-on, it's increasing. They're getting more risky. That's the point. It would only be risk-off if we're heading in the opposite direction. And so then they say, will we also see this is Bitcoin and alts? Well, and so this is historic precedent. Check this out. They say, well, in November 2020, we had a day just like yesterday. IWM, which again, that's the ETF tracking the Russell 2000, IWM soared and continued up for the coming months. This was the starting signal to the strongest part of the alt rally for the coming 4 months, as Total 3 rallied by 400% in just 4 months. And so Total, of course, is the entire crypto asset class. Total 2 would be a chart that is the entire crypto asset class minus Bitcoin, and Total 3 is that's when he referenced there. Total 3 is a chart that is the entire asset class except for Bitcoin and ETH. And so he says Total 3, so that's everything without Bitcoin and ETH, rallied by 400% in just 4 months. So XRP's in that bucket, by the way. And XRP's it's at this moment where if it's gonna run, it's never been so perfectly teed up, except for maybe 2017, you could argue. And then he says, will we see the same again? Will rotation create a massive rally in alts? We think that may well happen. Gotta love it. And so I gotta say, if it doesn't happen, I'd be very surprised that we'd see a day like yesterday, because that's a very clear indicator. Now, we want to see further expansion, absolutely, but that's such a clear indicator, I would be shocked if we don't look back and see, yep, that was the beginning of this whole thing. If we see that happened, what looks like at the beginning of expansion yesterday, it's just a tiny little baby, the baby boo bit of it, and then we look back in the future like, wow, and everything just that would be very surprising to me. I think we're going to see full-on expansion. We're going to see an alt season, and XRP is unshackled. It has legal clarity, and it's going to run like freaking crazy. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.